Yeah, so hey guys, this is Romie back at it, and here is the recap for the season finale of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 1, Episode 10. What was the episode titled? Rules of Engagement, because dun da 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 da, someone gets engaged. Well, someone gets asked to be married. We'll see how that goes. The episode pretty much starts off with Charisse. Charisse is in bed because she had that epic party and she's still recovering from it. We move past that. Well, she was just saying how she wished that her husband was there with her. Well, someone was there with her in the bed next to her. We move past that to Gizelle and Robin. Gizelle and Robin had this whole thing of, you know what? When Robin was talking about how it's important, of course, for the kids to see things and experience things, but they also have to be grounded. It's really important that they live in Potomac. They're mainly surrounded by white people, and it's important that their kids interact with each other because they get to see people who look like them, who come from the same cultural background. And I'm like, yes, absolutely, absolutely, that's important. And then they go on to the whole issues that they have with Katie and Ashley. Here's the thing. Katie and Ashley, we're only trying to say that at the end of the day, they're biracial. Katie and Ashley are both biracial. Robin and Gizelle are not biracial, just meaning that one of their parents was white or something else, and something else. Both of their parents are black. Now, let's be real. In the gene pool somewhere far, far back, I'm sure there was some type of commingling with the races, and so that's why you get the product of them. Most people have that period. I feel like people forget that the slave trade happened, and a lot of slaves made multiple stops along the way to coming to America or the UK or in some cases Spain or wherever. And so of course there's going to be a lot of commingling, whether it was whether it was consensual or not. Now, here's the thing. At the end of the day, Ashley and Gizelle just feel like it was very disrespectful for Katie and Ashley to go at them like that, saying like, how dare you talk about this and that, about race. Everything's about race. Everything's about race. Yeah, everything is kind of about race. Should it be that way? No. Is that the world we live in? Yes. Again, I'm not siding with Gizelle and Robin whenever they bring up the whole, is it a white person thing? It's like, those are the type of things you kind of say at home or in your mind, not out loud. So it's not like they're saying anything that's super shocking. It's just that they're actually saying something about it. We move past that because Giselle's going to set up a sit down with all the ladies so that they can just go and hash out their issues. Grown woman style. Well, it's supposedly grown woman style. Karen goes and she's still trying to recover from her poor baby Raven leaving the nest. And Raven's just like, yo, yeah, my birthday is going to be lit. And depending on if I have cool friends or not, I may not share that experience with you, my 18th birthday. And I'm just thinking, Raven, come on now. Raven, you know you need to come back home to mama for that 18th birthday. That's special. That's special. That's special. But on the other hand, Karen, let your daughter be a butterfly. Let her fly the nest, fly the coop. Because you know it doesn't end well if you have your thumb on them for too long. You know that. So, I'm sure Karen will do a good thing. Her daughter seems really good, has a good head on her shoulders, and it's not just acting. So, she'll be fine, Karen. She'll be fine. And we already know that you're going to stay in constant communication with her anyway. So you won't have a choice but to be fine, even if she's not. After that, we have Katie and her man, Andrew. Andrew is taking Katie off to their, their farm. And I think Katie owns the land, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Katie owns the land, and Andrew's taking her there, and we're trying to figure out, okay, so why is he going to go and do that? And Andrew was making up this thing of how he's going to go up to, Scotland, some week-long trip to Scotland without Katie. And Katie's just like, oh, so we playing those type of games now? Yes, Katie, we playing those type of games now. You know why we're playing those type of games? We're playing those type of games because at the end of the day, you keep forcing him to put a ring on. Now, while they're in the car, they get the call because Katie right now is actually talking about Gizelle and Robin and just how they bring up race, and Andrew was playing it off because he's like, it's not a big deal. Michael touched my butt. Who cares? And in the long scheme of things, who really cares besides Robin and Gizelle? No one. It's not a big deal. Now, does that normally happen in every... No, it doesn't. But again, just knowing who Michael is, just having an idea of who Michael is, just having an idea of who Andrew is, in that context, it's not a big deal. In sports, it's not a big deal. In the locker room, it's not a big deal. You know, I went to a predominantly white high school and middle school. Trust me, that happens all the time, whether it's in the locker room or not. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. No one's calling anyone gay for that. In fact, some people are like, oh, what's wrong with you? Why do you want that to happen to you? It's like, first of all, don't touch me. But the second thing is, it's almost like, so you can't just have fun with the guys and relax and not take yourself too seriously. It's like, oh, is this something you need to tell us? But anyway, I got off subject. Now, like I said, Gizelle calls, and Giselle's inviting Katie to this just sit down for all of them to get together and figure this thing out, hash this stuff out. And Giselle's like, so you're coming. And it wasn't even like, I'm inviting you. It was really more so, you're coming, this is how it's going to be. And Andrew's just like, oh, just get her off the phone, shut up. And I'm just like, you guys kind of forgot that the cameras are rolling, did you? Andrew doesn't care because he doesn't need to. I'm sure Gizelle isn't bothered. But I'm just like, okay. Yeah, so I appreciate this because this is real unfiltered. I don't feel like they're putting on. Now, Ashley has a plan with Michael. Ashley wants some babies. So Ashley's just like, yeah, so you know, once the restaurant turns a profit, yeah, we'll have babies. And if it happens within the first month, we'll have babies. If it doesn't, then we'll have babies. Now, they're still not pregnant to this day. So the restaurant hasn't turned a profit. I know I skipped ahead. But you have Katie and Andrew there at her farm. Now, Katie was walking. It's like, wait a minute. Why does, whatever his name, he cuts the grass a certain way. How come he cut it kind of low this time? It's like, oh, this is different. This is cool, I guess. And Katie was just giggling the whole time, like, something's weird. Why is Andrew acting weird? Andrew's acting weird because his pants are too tight, and so he needs to get down on both knees. He's trying to get down on one knee. He's trying to figure out how to do that. Long story short, he gets down on both knees, asks his, oh crap, I can't enunciate anymore? To ask Katie, will you marry me? Of course, Katie says, yes. I'm like, Katie, you waited all this time. I wanted something bigger. But whatever. Congratulations. Apparently it didn't last long. Now, Gizelle, I love Gizelle, the relationship that Gizelle has with her daughters. They are so grown for being so young. And I'm putting that out there as well. Not as a bad thing. So they're just cooking. And they're preparing because Giselle's father is coming over. Giselle's father, as you know, he worked very closely with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and of course the civil rights movement. And he talks about this one time where they were at a, they were trying to figure out how the heck are they going to raise this money. But they wanted the people to come to the rally. So they were like, you know what? We're just going to give the tickets away for free. And Dr. Martin Luther King, he prayed on it. And you know what? A man came in a car. He not only came in the car, he put down a check for, what was it, like $10,000 or $25,000? And he was like, give me it. And they were like, okay, so they were rushing. They were like, okay, so we're going to give you all this amount worth in tickets. He was like, no, give it away for free. And it was like, look at God. Literally, look at God. Ask and you shall receive. If that doesn't show you ask and you shall receive, I don't know what will. And he's also going to be honored for his works as, of course, a major part in the civil rights movement. And so Gizelle is just proud that her ex-husband, Eddie, can actually set it up. And I thought that was really dope because it was like, they clearly have a good relationship. Eddie did cheat on Gizelle. From that, Gizelle and Eddie have a cool relationship. And props to him for doing that for her father. And alright, now it's time for the sit down. Gizelle and Robin get there first. And they're waiting, they're ordering drinks because people are taking their sweet time. Karen comes next. You know who comes next after Karen? Charisse. And I was like, oh, Charisse, you looking good. But it was like 50 is looking good on you. 50 is looking good on you. Charisse is ready to take on the world. She's like, I feel empowered. Might be getting divorced pretty soon. Things are looking up. Ashley comes super late, and of course I was already rubbing people a certain way. So they get down to the nitty gritty. And you know who isn't there yet? Katie. Katie isn't there yet, so they just started anyway. Gizelle was like, look, I need for us to have ground rules. This is what's going to be our, you can talk. You are allowed to talk as long as you have this. Shut up if you do not. And they're like, alright, got the rules. They broke the rules in 2.5 seconds. Karen was going hard at Ashley. And I'm just like, Karen, what's the real issue? I mean, at one point, Karen was going hard at Ashley in the sense it was like, look, and Ashley, here's what's not going to happen. You're not going to have anything to do with my daughter because I want my daughter to stay a certain way. And I know how you and your temptress ways, you're going to stay far away from Raven. Why would you want to interact with a girl her age anyway? What's wrong with you? I'm just like, Karen, she wanted to look out for your daughter. It's fine. You guys don't have a good relationship, so that's not going to happen anyway. But I did feel that it was putting 20 on 10, how Karen was just really going in on Ashley. And she was just like, you know what? Next time when you're having sex with Michael, and since, yeah, I do think you guys get freaky and all that, because Ashley was just like, do you guys think we're just these sluts people, and Michael just wants to have sex with all of us and all that stuff? It was like, no, that's not the case. And I felt bad for Ashley because Karen was going hard on her because of the fact that she was taking out her frustrations on her mom being sick, and also Raven going away on Ashley. Karen doesn't realize it, but I know what's really going on because I'm like, this animosity is coming from somewhere, and it's not really from Ashley. It's from what she personally has going on. So she's taking it out on Ashley. It's like, how dare you even get in the way of my family or come close to my daughter when she's going away. I'm like, how am I the only one not seeing this? How am I the only one not seeing this? Anyway, look, I just have Love and Hip Hop on the brain because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is back. I will be doing reviews for that. Again, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm not done yet. Like I said, Karen told Ashley not to pull out. I mean, told Ashley to tell Michael not to pull out next time so that you can have kids of your own so you could be distracted doing something else instead of trying to get up under my daughter. It was like, okay, let's take a breather because it's not necessary. Katie was like, okay, I know you have rules, but guess what? I have to take this because I'm engaged. Everyone's excited because they're like, yes, finally, finally. And Robin was just like, look, I know we're supposed to be in this love bubble, but at the end of the day, we need to talk. We need to talk about the fact that you called me and Gizelle and I biracial. How are you going to call Gizelle and I biracial when we're not? And Katie was just like, look, my real issue with you guys was that the whole hypocrisy of it all. To you and go and say, this is a white thing, this is a white thing, this is a white thing, that I don't know if I'm black or not. It's like, of course I identify as a black woman. And we know Katie was just joking around when she said, oh, you know, today I'm not sure, type of thing. We all took it like, okay, Katie girl, slow your roll. But we know Katie's personality now. So we know that it really was a joke. It did come off as a joke, but it was always that thing where it's like, maybe there's something there, but no. Katie was kidding. And people took it a lot more seriously than they needed to. And I respect the fact that Katie stood up for herself. She was like, look, I said the whole thing about the biracial thing to show you guys how it feels to just go and say random stupid stuff. And then Katie was like, Gizelle, you are a stupid woman. Shut up. I was like, ooh, where is this Katie come from? Where is this power? Is Andrew flowing through Katie right now? Is she channeling her fiance right now? Because Katie was turned. Katie wasn't having it. And Katie then, was like, you know what? I do apologize for calling Gizelle a, stupid. Because I was just trying to show you what words can do. And how none of this is really necessary. We're supposed to be grown. We're supposed to be mature. And again, I think Gizelle's the type that she's okay with someone coming at her because she almost respects that more than someone being a little bit more docile and rolling over and playing dead. So and again, Robin was just like, if my comments about the whole white thing and touching of the butt was offensive, I do apologize because I'm not trying to be racist or ever come off as racist. I just thought it was odd. It's like, is Ashley and Michael feel a certain way? No. Does Katie and Andrew feel a certain way? No. Then no one should feel a certain way. And Charisse actually was the main one to diffuse the situation. She was just like, look, right now we're not really respecting each other. We need to do better. And that's it. But the reunion actually looks good. I wasn't sure if the show was actually going to get a reunion for some reason. But the reunion looks good. It looks like a no holds bar. Everyone can get it type of thing. The truth will set you free, and I'm here for it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.